Alright guys, so it's been a little bit since I've posted some stuff on this channel, so I apologize for that. Things are getting kind of crazy here with the last bit of the semester in school for me. I'm in a film production class right now in film school, and at the middle point of the semester, as a class, we pitched a bunch of stories together, and the winning pitch would get to direct the film. And I gave the winning pitch, so I will be directing a film this semester in my film class. I'm going to be spending the next few weeks vigorously working on this film. So with that being said, you're not going to get as much content on this channel in the next few weeks. Be assured though, I'm not quitting the channel at all. You're still going to get some content here a little, there a little, and then by the end of the semester, I will be back to normal with my active content. And also, you better believe I'm going to be posting a link somewhere to watch that film that I'm directing as soon as it's done and available. So look out for that as well. But with that being said, we need to get down to one of the best, if not the best movie of the decade. Parasite is directed by Bong Joon Ho. It's also written by Bong Joon Ho and co-written by another Korean person. I don't know the name. I'm not really going to try to pronounce a lot of the names in this film because I'm not as familiar with them as I am with Bong Joon Ho. Bong Joon Ho directed films like Okja and Snowpiercer. I'm very familiar with his work, and I heard a lot about this movie starting way back in May of this year. This film premiered at the Cannes Film Festival in May, and it won the Palme d'Or, the very prestigious award, which is essentially the Best Picture award at that film festival. It made a lot of noise at Toronto International Film Festival, as well as other film festivals recently. Everybody's been saying that this is one of the best movies of the year, if not decade. People have been hyping it up like crazy, and so I was a little nervous walking into this film thinking, maybe it's not going to live up to the hype. I guarantee you it lives up to the hype. It exceeds the hype. Oh my gosh. This movie's amazing. It's easily my favorite of the year. I don't think this movie's gonna get topped this year. It's that good. Before we get too deep into it, I'm not gonna give a synopsis of this film just because I think this film you need to know nothing about it going in. Like, I really mean that. I know that a lot of you guys out there really like to know what you're getting into when you see a film, like you like to watch a trailer or read a little bit about it. If you walk into this film not knowing a thing about it, you are going to have an incredible experience. But again, as I said, this film is best discovered not knowing anything because this film is filled with, I don't want to say twists like film twists. This film has like mood, tone, and character twists. Also story twists. I don't really know how to describe the twists in this movie until you've seen the movie and without spoiling them as well. So basically, this is a film that is very story and character driven by this family. They're a very poor family living in the slums in Korea. There's a mother, a father, a daughter, and a son. I can't remember their exact names for reasons that I don't want to get into, but we'll just call them the Kim family. And we follow the Kim family as they move forward with this goal, trying to infiltrate, I guess, an idea. It's really hard to talk about this movie. One of the reasons why it's so hard to talk about is because this film is really genreless. It's so many things rolled into one, and with all of the turns, it kind of takes turns. It's a dark comedy, it's a drama, it's a thriller, at times it's a horror. This film is so many things in one, and it was so well done. This is, as I said, easily my favorite film of the year. Bong Joon Ho does an incredible thing as a director here. He makes an immersive film experience, especially for international audiences, because this film is Korean and is in the Korean language. So let me go ahead and stop everybody right here. I know a lot of people out there are very hesitant to watch foreign films, whether it's they don't want to read subtitles or they feel like they can't keep up. I'm going to use my one stamp right now that says if you are ever going to listen to anything that I say blindly about films, it is to give this movie a chance and see it. Because this film I can see being a gateway into international films. Because international films are incredible. There are so many movies out there that so many of you guys would be into if you would just be willing to give them a chance and be willing to read a little bit as you watch the film. This film is the gateway to that. This is the best foreign film that I've ever seen. It's amazing, it's immersive, and you don't have to understand the culture to get it. Anyone in any culture can understand this movie because of its tone and its themes, which are universal and so personal. And to me, that, along with everything else, is what makes this movie so great. Its universal themes, the way that it is shot, the incredible, very intriguing story and screenplay, the excellent dialogue. This movie is one of the few films that I just really see to be perfect in my eyes. Like, there's not too many movies that come out that I see to be perfect. You know, even some of the movies that I give a 10 to, like Midsommar and The Farewell, films like that I really enjoy a lot. lot, and if I really looked and combed over those films, I could find like maybe tiny little things here and there. But this film goes up with films like The Social Network, Heat, and Pulp Fiction for me. Movies that just have nothing wrong with them. They are perfect in every way. Every acting performance in this film is perfect. The direction is perfect. The cinematography is amazing. There are so many interesting things that they do with lighting in this film, particularly in the last half of the film. It's amazing to me. The production design is the best of the year. If this film doesn't get nominated for production design, I'll be so angry. This movie really should be winning a lot of things at the Oscars this year if things are fair. This should win Best Picture, Best Director, Best Cinematography, Best Production Design, Best Film Editing, Best Score. This movie is amazing. Best Screenplay, oh my gosh. This is truly one of my favorite films of all time. And again, I feel like I'm being very vague here, but you don't need to know a lot about this movie going in. What you need to know about this movie is that its themes have a lot to say about society, about culture, and about class. This movie says a lot of interesting things about the class system of just not only American society and Korean society, but the society of the entire world. And it taps into some of our deepest fears as human beings within our central family unit, because this film really doesn't have one central main character. The main character in this film is the entire Kim family, because each member of this family is set up so individually well, and they each have individual arcs that are so unique to their own personalities. But yet, once you hit that middle point in the film, there's a twist, and the film takes a turn for a very interesting, dark route, and that makes things so interesting for this family, because that's when you start to feel the fear of what the ramifications of what they're doing could actually be, and that fear starts to settle in with you as an audience member and makes you a very tense and observant viewer from that point onward, all the way clear until the end, which is one of my favorite film endings of all time. There is a sequence in the backyard of a house, that's all I'm gonna say, one of the most intense scenes I've ever seen in film, one of the best shot scenes I've seen in all of film, and then where it goes from there, again, totally surprised me, and the ending kind of like pulled at my heartstrings a little bit. Like, I really love the message of this movie and what it says about family and what family can mean to certain people in certain areas and what people will do for family. Like, there's just so much that I want to talk about with this movie, but I feel like I need to make a spoiler review of this film. So definitely look forward to that. I'm going to make a spoiler review of this film, but I'm going to give it a few weeks so that you guys can go see it, because this movie is very slowly expanding. It came out 2 weeks ago in New York and LA, and it has very, very slowly been expanding. I just made a trip. I drove 2 hours one way just to go see this film and The Lighthouse, and they both were amazing. Guys, I can't say enough good about Parasite. It makes me question some of the other movies that I've given 10s to this year, and makes me realize that I need to be a bit more selective about giving them out, because guys, Parasite absolutely gets a 10 out of 10 bulbs. Alright guys, so have you seen Parasite? Let me know in the comments below what you thought about it. I really want to talk about this movie. I don't care if I know you or I have no idea who you are. If you have seen this movie, DM me on Twitter or talk to me in the comments of this movie or in the spoiler review when they come out, because I would love to talk to anyone and everyone about this movie, because it's so amazing and I love it so much. Look forward to a spoiler review that I'm going to be posting here in about a week or so once the film expands a little bit more, so you can kind of hear my more deep thoughts about this film. But as I said, definitely see Parasite. If there is one movie out of all the films that I talk about this year that you guys go see no matter what, make it be Parasite. Seek it out if it is playing anywhere near you, in your city, or within a reasonable driving distance. I promise you it is worth it. Oh my gosh, I loved this movie. As always, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.